of that shame and blame and stigma is also, I'm thinking about this in terms of a classic message you get both culturally and even in maybe drug education courses in some schools, remnants from the 80s, drugs are bad, just say no, okay?
Oh yeah.
And that idea, of course, drugs can harm you, no question about it. Absolutely. At the same time, what's hammered away at you is this notion that drugs are bad, okay? Now, you're talking about somebody as a kid feeling lousy already, not on drugs, okay? Mm-hmm. Low self-esteem. You stumble upon a drug, and its immediate effect is you feel better, okay?
I have community.
You have.
I'm not thinking about my anxiety.
Okay, so it's like, wow, this feels good. Yet you're getting these messages all around your moral universe telling you drugs are bad. Mm-hmm. So the moment you take this thing that feels good, but you're told is bad, that only drives your own shame right to the heart.
Yeah. And the fact is just the way that substance use disorders are defined is that people understand that they shouldn't be doing this and do it anyway. It's all the behaviors.
It's like driving a wedge between your moral self and your actual self.
And then it's a negative spiral. It's a negative spiral that is mirrored in culture, that you mirror in yourself, and you go further and further down. And what we're trying to do with the New Day campaign is sort of reverse that spiral by recognizing that those with substance use disorder, those with addiction, are not only humans, but humans with assets and capabilities. Mm-hmm. And to have an event where you can publicly recognize someone in the room, multiple people in the room, who are taking on this addiction, and yet, regardless of their stage of treatment, recovery, relapse, but to honor the engagement with the ailment and to honor the individual as a human being worth compassion.
And well, let's talk about the restoration of hope. Mm-hmm. Okay,
yeah,
I think that's where the restoration of hope, and then connecting with people in a way that's meaningful and respectful. Because I think that what I've seen in treatment of addictions that seems to work involves that.
Correct.
Kind of connecting with people in not necessarily a non-judgmental way that respects them as people, holding people accountable, but not at the same time saying you're a bad person.
Well, person-centered approach. Giving them the dignity. They are the experts in their own
and
care.
then to have a community come around and say, yes, we see you.
Publicly, I think
exactly.
That's the difference. Publicly,
that's the key with the New Day campaign. Correct.
Sort of like I'm hiding in the shadows. It's I'm anonymous. I'm not Randy Grant addict. Yeah. Because your campaign.
So the
is
New Day,
public.
the New Day is a time when people who currently appropriately feel safe in an anonymous setting, we shift. It's a culture shift movement, really. The New Day campaign, and the idea is to create a public where you're no more shameful saying, "I am living with addiction." As you would be saying, I am in recovery from breast cancer, I have a broken leg, or whatever it may be, and to celebrate and feel positive about the reclamation of a life, and the desire to reclaim a life in the public sphere.
Yeah,
that's
and the support of the family and the friends and in public. I think that's
everybody.
That's the kick into hope, right?
Yeah,
exactly. So if we
to be ashamed and secretive about all of this.
That's right. And in terms of instilling hope, I think if you have a culture which embraces recovery and embraces those with addiction as human beings, and is there on the shore saying, "Here is a life that you too can live," that instills hope. Whereas right now they're getting messages of, just damn junkie, you're not worth a thing.
Yeah. So, I think that's a great. I think it's a great note to wrap up on. I mean, really, this idea of it. The notion that you can be public with, having the substance use disorder. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. Of course, you need to do something about it.
I was just going to say that
you can't,
absolutely,
you need
absolutely. But the prerequisite is a compassionate embrace.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then certainly, the concept of we love you, but we want you to do something about this too. The enabling, and I think there's a whole other episode on how to do this without enabling. And being codependent. All right.
Oh, we did it again.
We've wasted. I'm going to steal the car talk thing. You've wasted another perfectly good period of time watching Roc and Doc. And Peter, who is the founder of the New Day campaign.
Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.